So we actually got this question a couple times in a couple different formats, but it's geared towards brick and mortar, also restaurants, but generally a space. Seems to be a lot of frustration out there. So when lenders typically require a lease, a contractor contract, and in some cases some design plans before they commit to a loan. So why don't lending departments seem to understand that the candidate needs to know if they will be funded before they engage in all of that? So it kind of feels like chicken before the egg type stuff. So no one is going to sign a lease and commission architectural designs only to find out that they've been denied funding. Thoughts?
Yeah, that's a tough one,
Yeah.
and it's all about communication. What I hear here in that question, and it's absolutely something that you need to have somebody who's gone through this before. You should absolutely not be what we call going hard on your money for anything until you have that approval. And what I mean by that, there's ways to structure the deal in which you can protect that person from making a commitment until they have that commitment from the bank. And one of those is LOIs. LOIs, letter of intent, with a defined period for your financing to basically back out. And particularly in the retail space, a lot of times, you brought that up, Leanne. Restaurants are a big one because you've got to get your ducks in a row. Do an LOI. If you've got somebody you're working with that understands the nuance to franchising, understands the nuance to, what the project is for the restaurant, you should be able to do, a 30 to 45 day LOI with a financing contingency there. And, sometimes people do the full lease though, but if you have a financing contingency there, it protects the person in case that financing falls out. You can then, walk away. It's kind of like when you buy a home and you have the option period to do your inspection. The financing contingency allows you to go through the financing process. And if you get that commitment, then you can start to proceed with the lease. And, as far as what you said, documentation from builders, construction, banks can always work off a bid. The formal contracting process should not, unless the client insists on it, should not begin until you have a commitment with that bank. And then that's when you start to, match your dollars to what that bid is and, define it in a legal instrument that is the contract.